Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Loina Mutiga. Welcome back to the farming series, and we will be looking at how do you plant amaranth, what are the requirements, and what do you need to take into consideration when you will be planting the crop. So to begin with, we will be looking at land preparation. This is what you need to take note of. Create beds about 20 to 30 centimeters high depending on the season, because if it's during the dry season, the beds should be 20 centimeters, and if it's during the wet season, the beds should be 30 centimeters. And how do you prepare these beds? You can prepare these beds using plows. To the next part is the furrow spacing. Maintain a distance of about 150 centimeters between the centers of adjacent furrows with a 90 centimeter bed top. When you'll be preparing these furrows, they should be 150 centimeters between adjacent furrow. From one furrow to the next should be 150 centimeters spacing, and the top of the bed should be 90 centimeters. To the planting method, you can have various types of planting method. You can either use planting or direct seeding. For direct seeding, this is what you need to do. Broadcast seeds uniformly at a rate of 0.5 to 1 grams per meter squared. So the seeds should be uniformly distributed or uniformly broadcasted at a rate of 0.5 to 1 grams per meter squared of bed. Sow seeds in rows, of course. That is what we started by saying, that you should plant your amaranth in rows. Since amaranth seeds are small, mix them with sand, 1 gram seed to 100 grams sand. The seeds are very small, so for effective planting, please consider mixing your amaranth seeds with sand. That is, 1 gram of amaranth seeds should be mixed with 100 grams of sand. To the next part is the transplanting. Raise the seedlings in a nursery and then transplant them to a field for better stand. You can choose. It doesn't matter where you start your nursery. You plant your amaranth seeds in the nursery, and once they mature is when you transplant them to the farm. Transplanting is best during the wet season to avoid the seed washing away. Make sure when you will be transplanting your amaranth seedlings, it's during the wet season, so in order to avoid the seeds from being washed out. Seed germination. Amaranth seeds need light to germinate, so avoid covering the seeds with soil. Do not, after you plant your amaranth seed, do not cover them with soil, because they need sunlight to germinate. Therefore, what will you use when you will be planting? You will use a thin layer of perlite or polythene to prevent drying. NB, that is a note better. Do not cover your amaranth seeds with soil when you will be planting. Make sure you cover your seeds after planting with a perlite or polythene. To the next part, this is what you need to know. Maintain a temperature of around 260 degrees Celsius for reliable germination. If you want your amaranth to really germinate well, we have said you should not cover them with soil. Apart from covering them with soil, please also ensure that the temperatures are around 20 degrees Celsius for reliable germination. When it comes to spacing, this is what you need to take into consideration. Then seedlings, 30 to 60 centimeters apart, depending on the variety size. Depending on the size of the amaranth seeds that you're planting, space them between 30 to 60 centimeters apart. Now, when you will be planting amaranth, there are various challenges that you are likely to face as a farmer. Those are like pests and diseases, among many other things. And we said these are common challenges to a farmer, and they should not worry anyone. At this era, there are many ways of solving these problems, but you can also not solve a problem that you do not know what type of a problem it is. You first have to identify, I'm facing this and this type of a problem. Now, which is the best way that I can solve this problem? I've stated this because I want to give you ways of how to know which type of a problem are you facing, especially with the pest. It will help you know which type of pest is in the farm and which type of chemical can I use to prevent this pest, or which way or which method can I prevent this pest. So the first thing that you need to look into is the small holes in leaves. If you notice your amaranth leaves have small holes, it means that you're having flea beetles. So take the necessary corrective measures against flea beetles. Next, if you have large holes in your amaranth leaves, you definitely know that you are facing the problem of a night flying or Japanese beetle. Night flying beetle or the Japanese beetle. Plant bugs cause damage by feeding on mature plants. If you realize that your amaranth are already mature, the most likely challenge that you will face is the plant bugs. So also take the necessary corrective measure so that you can get the yield that you need as a farmer. Remember, at the end of the day, after we sell these crops, we always enjoy this money, and we do farming mostly because of passion, and others do it as a source of income. So if it's your source of income, please consider doing it when you're serious so that you can get the maximum yield that you would like. That's the end of the vlog. Thank you so much, guys, for watching till the end. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, hit that notification bell so that each and every time I'll be uploading, you will be notified. Bye bye.